There's a faster path to freedom if you do not do what everyone else is doing, okay? And so we teach the 4-3-2-1 strategy, where you actually have a countdown to freedom instead of a climb to freedom, where you start with the fourplex, and then you downsize to a triplex, and then you downsize to a duplex, and then you downsize to the single family that you desire. And guess what? You won't even have to pay for it, because the cash flow produced by the rental properties that you have will not only pay for that mortgage, but are now covering your car notes, your student loan, your child's tuition and childcare, your food, your internet, your cell phone. You want a door for every expense that you have, okay? This is why I need you to build a portfolio. You want to have a door for every expense that you have, okay? This is how you get free. You have all this money going out every single month in 12 different ways. So guess what that means? That means you need to have 12 different doors to pay for those expenses. We are in the business of providing quality, affordable housing to people who are not positioned to own on their own yet. See, there's been a narrative out there about all landlords are slumlords, and it's not true. I provide quality, affordable housing to about 70 people. My 38 doors house about 70 people who are not in a position to buy real estate yet. And so guess what? They still need housing, and somebody has to provide that housing. And so that's what we're in the business of doing. And especially in our communities, we are trying to reclaim these properties back from slumlords who do not care about our people whatsoever. And we are trying to raise the quality and standard of living in our communities by taking ownership and control of these properties. My Section 8 tenants, they love me. Half my portfolio is Section 8. They love me. I take care of them. I treat them like they've never been treated before. They've been dealing with slumlords who don't fix anything, don't care if they have roaches and rodents, right? Who are right on their neck for rent, even though they haven't fixed anything, but expect rent to be paid in full, right? This is our opportunity to take back what is ours. These quote unquote hoods that we made, that we live in, we actually have to own. Can't call it my hood if I don't own it, right? And so this is our time and this is our opportunity. And so this is what we're focused on. So your first fourplex, that's going to pay for itself with the rental revenue and your cars. Then your triplex pays for itself, your food and your cell phone, right? Then your duplex pays for itself and your single family. And then your single family is free. This home that I am in right now, guess what, y'all? It's my single family. You think I got a mortgage? I own it free and clear. I own it free and clear. But see, I had discipline and patience. I didn't buy a single family home until I had 20 doors. I didn't buy a single family home until I had 20 doors, okay? So this is some of the sacrifice that you may have to make in order to get free. But some of you want what you want right now. You just want what you want right now. You want to keep up with the Joneses. You want to compare yourself to other people. You want to watch other people's Instagram feeds, right? And so you do what they do, and then you realize that you're now in bondage too, because you were copying, because you were comparing. But if you actually take the road less traveled, you will find that you get free faster. And that's exactly what I did. But it takes courage. It takes courage. And some of you don't have the courage, and that's okay. Hopefully, with the education that we give you, it builds up your courage to be able to say, you know what? I'm gonna do this different. Somebody has to break the generational curses. Some of you come from families who have been renting for multiple generations, have never owned anything. Are you going to be the one that breaks that curse? Or are you going to kick the can down to the next generation, to your children? Imagine if with the snap of your fingers, you could collect back all the rent that your mother, your father, both sets of grandparents, and all 4 sets of great-grandparents paid. Imagine if you could have all that money back. And not just the rent money that they paid over 100 years, but also all the mortgage interest that they paid over the past 100 years. Imagine if you could have all that back right now. It would change your life instantly. And so that is what we are doing. That is what we are teaching. And that is the next step, okay? So as I said before, many of you have a negative relationship to debt. You think that debt is bad, and this is why you have been afraid to get a mortgage. Now, a mortgage on a single family home is not good. And the reason it's not good is because the word mortgage literally means death pledge. If you take the prefix mort, or as a mortician or mortuary, the word mortgage literally means death pledge. And so when you get a mortgage on a single family home, you've literally signed up for a death pledge. Yeah, I know you posted your little picture on Instagram. Look at me, I'm a home buyer or a homeowner. That's what you think, but you're really not a homeowner. You're a home buyer. The bank bought your home. You didn't buy it. You thought you weren't paying rent anymore. You're not paying rent to a landlord. You're paying rent to the bank to use their money. That rent is called interest because you didn't have the money to buy that single family home. So HGTV has convinced you that you're a homeowner and you're not. We have to be very careful with our language. You're a home buyer. I own this home. I'm a homeowner. Okay. I own it free and clear. I don't owe any bank. There's no first lien position. Okay. You are a home buyer when you get a mortgage on a single family home. Okay. And on top of that, that single family home, it did not cost $300,000. That was the sticker price. But where they stick you in the back is the $208,000 of interest that you're going to pay over the next 30 years on that property. So that property was not $300,000 that you bought. That property was actually $508,000. But the sticker price that you saw was $300,000 and you bit. You went for it. This is a deal. Oh, and that doesn't even include the private mortgage insurance, your homeowner's insurance, your property taxes, and all the maintenance over that 30-year period. So that $300,000 property is more like a $700,000 property. Money literally going out the door. Now, my prayer for you is that your property appreciated significantly. That appreciation is not real money. You want to know why? You want to know why? Because that appreciation is only covering all the interest that you've been paying this entire time. So it's not real gain. The appreciation on many of your properties is not real gain because it's just covering the interest that you paid the entire time. Are y'all with me? Are y'all understanding me? Okay. So we want to change our language and our mindset from I want to own a home or a house to I want a portfolio. I want to provide quality, affordable housing for people in my community who have been victims to slumlords. And as a result of providing that service, I actually get some profit and I'm able to use that profit to get free. Just think about this, y'all. For somebody to say, I'm not just going to think about housing for my own family, but I'm actually going to be concerned about housing other families. That is a noble thing. I'm concerned and I'm actually going to take a risk to go buy and take out debt on another property to house other people who cannot yet afford a house of their own. If there were not ethical investors like ourselves, then where would people live? Where would people live? See, that's what people don't understand in this conversation. And so we get to change the narrative as ethical investors, as people who put people before profits. If you were just here to extract profits from people through rent, then this is not the webinar for you. We already have slumlords for that. Here, we put people before profits. And when we serve people in the highest, with the highest quality and the highest standard, then guess what? Our business model works. My tenants stay with me for long periods of time, right? Because I treat them well, right? So this is where we're going.